It is time. We've come a long way from the bizarre way I used to open these videos. I've run out of ideas long ago. And so we also reached the end of the first season of Psychopaths, man. R.I.P. Masaoka, R.I.P. Kagari, R.I.P. Yuki, everyone who has bitten it on this journey so far, man. At this point, it's Makishima versus Kogami, a knife fight. Akane is on the way with her unlocked Sybil hacked Dominator that is purely non-lethal, which can also work on Makishima, is a big deal, and also Kogami. Hopefully Sybil doesn't pull any bullshit. Akane, God, this last episode, just Akane has been killing it. Just past, I mean the whole show, but goddamn, these past couple episodes, Akane is like taking on the Kogami like style, just going full detective mode, even like bargaining with Sybil to the point that she did that she could like bargain for the unlocked Dominator that is purely in non-lethal mode. Crazy. So I'm hoping that pays off. As to what could result from that, as far as what happens with Makishima or Kogami even, I have no idea. It could go a couple different ways. One way could be that, well, it could be simply that Makishima dies, but I don't think that would be the case because, well, one, that would require Kogami to kill him, which he is trying to do, and he would do, but with Akane coming, I don't see that being a factor. I feel like it's more likely going to be a three-way standoff between the three of them. You know, Makishima might even try to make a conversation out of it, and it'll kind of be like a standoff in that way until someone makes a move and then the conclusion occurs. I'd be very surprised if Makishima got away after this. I feel like he's either going to be captured or he's going to die, whether it's by Kogami's hand or someone else. I don't know. Ginoza, because Ginoza is still there. He's just absolutely distraught and wrecked over his dad dying, of course. If he was disillusioned before over his job and everything, he definitely is now, dude. So I'm really worried for him. I feel like it's not really gonna give time for him to address that until next season, of course, because we gotta wrap up what's going on now. I mean, that's pretty much characterized by Kogami running by them, seeing Masaoka dead on the ground, dying on the ground, and like just the conflicted look in his face, and then having to keep going. We just got to keep going, and we'll have to see what happens with Ginoza there. But it could be Ginoza steps in, maybe he tries to kill Makishima along with Kogami, but who knows, man? Akane is gonna have to do something. I don't know how this ends well, because even in like the best case of like, what the fuck is even the best case here? I have no idea. So what, Makishima gets non-lethal, taken down, taken back to Sybil and assimilated. Sure, Kogami ends up being okay. What that means for him later, I have no idea. He can't come back to being an enforcer. I don't think that would be the case unless they just make a super special exception for him. But I don't think the negotiations have extended that far. At least not that I remember. But yeah, let's be honest, I have no idea how this can go, because there's still a lot of things to consider, and there's also still things that are going to be unaddressed until we go into the second season, because Sybil is still going to be kind of pain in the ass for our very amazing people at the MWPSB. They're wonderful. Unfortunately, you know, Akane really knows what's going on, and what that means for the future, who knows. But anyway, that's all I gotta say, man. I have no meaningful prediction just beyond my thoughts there, but let's just go. Let's finish this first season. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. Ah, is what he was telling him. Yeah. As usual, he has a point. It's not just him, it's everyone. You're the same too. That's for damn sure. God damn. When he's right, he's right. Okay, that's enough talk for that. Kogami's heard enough. He's like, you're right, but fuck you. He's come this far. Gotta keep going. Your solitude into a weapon. Perfect world. Whoa, okay, cool. We got two men who turned their solitude into a weapon fighting each other. This might be the last time I hear this opening. I'm gonna enjoy it. I've uh I've just finished, so I've been showing like beautiful. I've been showing Genova anime that I really like. Like we watched Fullmetal Alchemist together over Discord, Violet Evergarden, and I'm gonna watch Psychopaths with him. I can't wait to show him, dude. I'll get to enjoy the openings again. Hell yeah. Voices inside. Oh, it goes again. Ah, it's such a good show. Let's go, dude. Come on. Got I love Makishima, but I gotta root for my boy Kogami. Why is he so good? He's so fucking good. Oh, no, no, no. Ooh. Nice. That was clutch. Yo. Someone has harmed him. Oh shit, you're feeling alive now. Let's go. Never thought I'd see Makishima bleed. Your razor there, the gun there. He's assessing. What next? Can go for the gun? He just has to parry and get around him, right? If that's his goal. Oh, no. Whoa. Ooh. Wait, Akane threw that? Makishima took care of that shit quick. Ah, of course. She's here. Okay. Here we go. God damn. Here comes the best detective there ever was. For better or worse. Huh. Alright. Makishima? Man. Can't believe he got to escape through that. Yo. He's gonna let him help. Wow. I'm liking the honesty. Dope. I love it. Yeah. That's just honest. She needs help. Oh boy. It's like Hawkeye and Mustang. This works. Alright, let's go. This is the best duo ever. Best Inspector Enforcer duo. I love these two. Blood Trail. Because it's illegal. People protect the law. Okay. Hmm. Try your best to protect it. Can't give up on it. It's all we got. Yeah. I like that. Fair enough, Akane. And there he is. Oh boy. Dude. This is so great. I love how they're weaving in the conversations between this showdown. Yo! Godspeed, detective. You're on your own now. Akane and Makishima once again. My man's hurt. Come on. Whoa. The tire? Nice. Dangerous, but nice. Oh. Oof. Oh, that's bad. Oh, Akane, please be okay. Now, Makishima's really hurt now. Like, he's already got slashed up, and now he just is in a car crash. Yeah, she's fucked up too now. But he should be more so. Nope, he just jumped out. Resilient bastard. Ooh. Get your foot off, best girl. Insulting us. Huh. The last bullet. You are... Huh? I feel like the last two lines were in like coded language. Well, it's back to Kogami. This is the path he has chosen. Oh, no. Wait, is she gonna kid him? The Dominator? No. It was right next to her. But she's too hurt. Oh, boy. Oh, she tried to stop him. This is beautiful. And the soft piano music. Uh... It's pretty sad. I can't blame that. He's crying. Where's it? Or was that sweat? Huh. That looks like sweat. Hmm. Oh, never, buddy. That's a better answer. I sure hope not. That's a better answer. You bastard. Smiling. Wow. It happened. Mm-hmm. Sure. Fuck, man. In other words, she gets to go back to being a regular inspector? Yeah? Sure. Yep. Yeah. Don't like that. Right. Oh. Hmm. Huh. I kinda don't like that. What a shitty position to be in. I know. Unworthy of protection. Yes, that's for damn sure. I hope we see that. Oh. Fuck you, Sybil. We'll see. Oh my god. 140. Ginoza. Where you used to work. Nah, dude. It's not true. Someone's gotta do it. But yo, what's he gonna do? Oh my god. An enforcer. Holy shit. God damn. Who knows, dude? Who knows? He's Batman at this point. Mm-hmm. A new inspector. Wait, what? Who? Uh, Wait, really? That's funny. Don't care about that anymore. Hmm. Wait, what? Oh, it's these two. Huh. They hinted at this earlier in the show. Oh boy. How do things move forward, man? I don't know, dude. It's fucking wild. Oh, dude, it's just like Mika. It's just like when Akane joined, dude. It's just like back then. Godspeed, new recruit. Enforcers. This whole speech. Uh-huh. Back to it, I guess. Back to work. What a turn of events for our whole team here, dude. R.I.P. Makishima, dude. Summer. Wait, was that the professor there in the chief's office? I saw the scarf. It looked like him, Saiga. I'm gonna be listening to this song a lot, like on my own. Gosh, I'm gonna miss it. Shout out to Egoist. I'm glad they did not get Makishima's brain. Oh, Kogami. Dude, looks like he's in a submarine. Swans away. The system never ends. Sybil still continues. God damn it. I think while you could tell this before, I think it was just abundantly clear just to see Makishima in his last moments. It's just so clear that his existence was such an inevitability. Like, what a man, dude. Like, he's despicable, terrible. Like, as Kokomi said, I sure hope you're not replaceable, man. Like, that's like a compliment and just the truth. Like, but it's no wonder that the system as it is created someone like him who's just tired of it, whose solitude was just tired of living in a world like this where everyone's replaceable. Like, there's no connectivity, there's no free will. Like, it's fucked. It's terrible. Like, he was right, you know. But and just to see him in his final moments and the way he struggled in his final thoughts, like, I really pity him. I pity that he was necessary because Sybil is so fucked, right? Like, he's a genius. Makishima's a genius. He's like, who knows what he could have been if not like under Sybil, right? Which is, you know, a weird thing to say because a lot of factors, like, you can argue that, oh, maybe he wouldn't have been born if Sybil wasn't around, and like, you know, there's a lot of variance there in terms of like people existing. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's a shame. It's sad, you know, that he was necessary, that it's made people like Kogami, and it's forced Akane into his position, and it's just ruined. It's just a butterfly effect of just ruin. Like, it's sustaining this society, but fuck, it just makes me hate Sybil even more. Like, in my own way, I detest Makishima, but at the same time, R.I.P. to my dude, man. He was shaking shit up, man. And at the very least, for him dying, I really didn't expect. At the very least, he changed. Shit has changed, man. Like, Sybil's still on top, but shit is changed, dude. I feel like in what Makishima has done and what this has all led to is just going to echo throughout what's to come, right? And when that day comes, when Sybil's power is shut off, I hope they think of him, man, because goddamn, I feel like his existence, like, despite dying here, it's just going to echo until that day comes, man. And I think that's, of course, I don't know, but I really hope that's the case, man, because for sure. It's at least gonna just like his actions expose so much. It's made people think and consider, and he's made people suffer greatly. We've seen the bad of that, right? We've seen the complete worst aspects of that. Maybe one day we'll see what good came of that. So who knows, man? Makana's choosing her path as a detective. It's, oh, bless her heart, dude. She's doing her absolute best. And as far as her own belief about just how people will always strive for goodness, to denounce evil as a person, someone who feels this way, who carries that in their hearts, not just like, it's not the law, it's the people that make the law, which I respect. She's doing it herself as a person. Now the problem and also the hope behind it. The problem is that, as the last frame here of this episode, Sybil still continues. That's the fuck part, you know. Sybil's the only system they've got. Akane is doing her best with that, but just that hope, the way Akane told Sybil off there, being like, one day someone's gonna come in here and turn off the power, and you know, us as don't underestimate humans, we're always gonna be striving for a better future. And that future is not going to include you. Like, that's hell yeah, dude. I love the stance, because her stance is realistic, right? She can't just go rogue like Kogami. Like, she abhors Sybil too. Like, she hates that Sybil's like, oh, we're going to be using you to gather more data so we can further improve our hold on society, and, you know, make people accept our true form, and you'll be very helpful in that sense. And like, you see Akane clenching her fist, and just, she hates it too. But she's gonna do it her way as a detective, as a person who embodies goodness and holds that in her heart. Like, not just following the law, like, she believes in it, and she believes people believe in it. And even Kogami said, if everyone was like you, then Sybil would just disappear. She's necessary. Like Ginoza said, there has to be a detective. Ginoza's an enforcer, dude. Fuck, man. Visiting his dad's grave, just talking about his regrets, like I was a bad son. He did make mistakes there. Like, the way he just completely, repeatedly, like, he was going through his own just mental, like, so I understand why he was a bit of an asshole to his dad. It wasn't good. I can totally understand why he regrets that, because his dad was right, you know. Being a detective is not so important in the face of, like, you know, that's your son, you know, that's your father, right? Just those matters of the heart of, like, of people, like, because it's still, like, consistent with, like, Akane's belief, you know, like, in what she values regarding her own sense of justice. Like, in the face of that, being a detective and, like, rather just embodying the law and that's it, like, that's, like, fuck that, you know. That's fucking stupid. That's just Sybil, right? That's fucking dumb. So yeah, for him to, like, understand that that's not for him, you know, even if he has his regrets, that's, at least his dad would be proud of that, right? So, but Kogami's mission is technically quote unquote done. In relation to what I said earlier in the post-episode discussion here, as far as, like, what Makishima has done, echoing throughout the rest of the show to come, I feel like even though Kogami has had his quote-unquote revenge, he killed Makishima, it makes me wonder if he's going to pursue maybe some aspect of what Makishima was doing, right? Like, I don't know, because I don't know where Kogami goes from here, right? Like, he's quote-unquote avenged Sasayama, whatever that means, right? And just enacted his own vigilante justice on someone who the law would not judge. But it's like, what now? It makes me wonder if he will go down a similar path as Makishima, if he will think about his words, if he will maybe even regret killing him someday. I don't know. It could be something like that, man. That would be interesting, but I guess we'll have to see, man. I'm whatever aspect Kogami comes back into action for, I'll be very, very interested, because he is absolutely, of course, you know, one of my favorite characters in this show, along with Akane. They're so wonderful together, dude. Yeah, and I hope one day he's involved in maybe taking the fight to Sybil or whatever. Like, I don't know, whatever that means. I still feel, of course, I still feel a bit idealistic at this point of whatever shutting off the power looks like one day, but I don't think that's so bad, you know? We've lost a lot, we've learned a lot, and going forward, it's gonna be, who knows, man. We have this new recruit, whose name I've already forgotten because it was only said once, but I'm sure I'll learn it again very quickly. She's apparently a minor, and being recruited as an inspector, which is wild. For Akane, and it was so great how they framed it as being like, just like back then, you know, the raining and meeting up with Yinoza and being told about what was going on, her duties as an inspector. I can't treat you like a newbie, you know, explaining what the enforcers are and holding the Dominator for the first time. That was great, but at the same time, it makes you be like, oh, you poor thing, you have no idea what this is about to be. But with Akane being the main inspector now, which is crazy, with her being the main one now, I feel like she's gonna do, as long as she's around, she's gonna do great by her team. She'll be able to guide this new recruit in whatever way and aspects that she has to deal with, probably the trauma that comes with this kind of job and managing your psychopaths, and I'm sure she'll be fine. Knocks on wood. But she'll certainly suffer in her own way in pursuing this, because who knows why she's pursued this job. Who knows? People have their reasons for becoming inspectors. Maybe she just has, as classically our detectives have in the past, whether that they've become disillusioned or abandoned it or pursued a new path in that way. Maybe she has that true sense of justice that is that Akane holds on to, and maybe we'll see if she'll hold on to that too. But man, I'm gonna miss Kagari and Masaoka, man. They were fucking great, dude. Especially when in Kagari's episode when he died, I was like, man, we're getting so much of him this episode. Like before, like I loved his combos with Akane. They were great, but I'm like, man, we're seeing more of him. We're seeing him in action, like for real. I was like, I want more of this. And then he died, and I was like, fuck. Masaoka, of course, the whole show, that was pops, you know. This is a fucking man. He always had good advice, and he always admitted, you know, his own problems and his understanding of Kogami and his own disillusionment with becoming a detective, because he was there with the transition from, you know, the way the police was before to the Sybil system. And that really, you know, flipped things for him, made him into an enforcer, a latent criminal. Like, he understood that, you know, better than anyone as far as Kogami. This is a fantastic show, man. It's one that makes you explore the gray areas of your own morality, and you kind of assess your own idealism and, you know, how pragmatic you are in terms of like what you can actually do within a system like this, and your own moral stance towards it, and where that line is for you in terms of like what Makishima does, or Sybil as a system, or, you know, Kogami taking justice into his own hands. Like this, it's a fantastic show for that kind of discussion. It's wonderful. If the second season and onwards is even half as good as this first season was, I'm cool, man. Of course, I want it to be just as good. I know at this point, again, Urobuchi is not a writer on this show from this point forward, so that's a shame. You know, I love that guy. I love Fate Zero, love Madoka Magica, but like I said, even if it's like slightly worse from what I've heard from people, like it's like a score lower or even two, I'm already invested, man. I feel like I'm still gonna really enjoy it. So, especially just to see what happens, right? Just to see where they take it from this point and where they end up at, right? I think that's gonna be really cool to see. So, But as far as like my own, I've talked about this a bit, but just to consolidate like my thoughts as far as my own stance on things, I think as idealistic as I want to be and being like, fuck the system, I'd rather burn it to the ground, because at the end of the day, the value of human freedom, and even as Makishima pointed at the end, just to destroy that solitude, like you're not even truly connected with anyone. Everyone's replaceable. Talent is replaceable. You're just a number. You're just a label. Like truly just lacking being like a human in that sense. Like everyone's alone. And Makishima understood this loneliness very well, as did Kogami. Like, he can't disagree with him. His path took him to killing Makishima because that's the path he chose, and his own personal vengeance and sense of justice at this point led him there. But he understood that, and that's something I do not blame him for wanting to shake up and destroy in his own way. I would love for the system to change, but at this point, I think at a certain point, I'm like, yeah, because what do? The entire society is built on this system. You do what you can. I'm more on the side, I feel like, as Akane. I feel like as much as I can understand Kogami and on a very deep emotional level, because I can be emotionally impulsive. Not to say that he's just being impulsive, but I can very much understand Kogami. But Sakana is upset too. But like practically, like as far as like what you need to do, like to have your own silent rebellion, within the system, I'm with Akane, man. Just doing what you can, holding on to the slight hope of like one day things will change and I will be part of that change, even if I have to change it from the inside. Like that's the best way, because like otherwise you're an uprising, you get silenced by the people in charge. I feel like even though that technically did happen to Makishima, what he's done is going to, like I said, it's going to echo, man. And that external factor in Akane internally is definitely feels like the catalyst. I feel like they were both necessary, man. But like for me to like picture myself within the society and to have that epiphany or understanding of like, man, this is bizarre. Like this is not, it doesn't feel right, how this is, and getting your hands on that literature like Makishima does, because I imagine that literature he reads is not widespread, I'm sure there's a lot of information control from Sybil. But yeah, just to make you question and understand how life was and probably is in the rest of the world. I don't know what's happening in the rest of the world. Like the Sybil in Japan right now is almost like its own little bubble. Like it's like North Korea. It's like insane. At this point, I'm very much from the perspective of Akane, just that silent but very powerful internal rebellion, a deep sense of wanting things to be better, like as a person, as someone who understands the feelings of people who truly desire goodness and the advancement of people, and in that way, I'm with that 100%, dude. And I hope she carries that to that point. So but feel free to share your perspective, man. What do you feel is more necessary? Do you feel like it's not enough to take a more practical stance, like working internally? Is that too, like, do you feel that's too passive or even too hopeful? Because like Sybil said, it's still going to be using her information to advance itself and to expand its control on society, because that's another, like, Sybil's not slowing down. When you work within the system, you are still working for the system. So would you consider that counterintuitive to whatever silent hope you have? Or do you also feel like it's the best way? I still feel like it's the best way. But I don't know if you have any thoughts regarding this first season in general, about that and everything. Feel free to share it if you like. But other than that, I want to thank you for watching with me. I had a blast. Thanks for voting for this show. And that's it. I'll be jumping into season 2 right away, man. So we're gonna keep it going. So if you want early access, if you want to see my season 2 reactions right now, check out my Patreon in the description. Patreon.com/YOROKOBE. $5 to get early access to this show. Everything else I do, I post every day. I post a schedule at the beginning of every week. If you want to support the channel, I'd very much appreciate it. But other than that, once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.